Assalamualaikum and good morning to Miss Jaime, our Communicative English 3 lecturer. We are from Group 3. Our group member is Nur AQILAH binti RAZAK, ZUKRY bin Edi, Muhammad AIRIL bin Muhammad RIZAL, and Nur Aina SYAHZATUL binti AHMAD. Today we're gonna present about our mini project. The topic is reasons Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu students come late to the class. Introduction for our mini project is we make a survey about the reasons Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu students come late to the class. The purpose of this survey is to overcome why students come late to the class. The survey had been open for all the students in Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu. With that, we have received 121 respondents. We also aim at optimal allocation and efficient use of the available time for achieving its objective and task. This survey was requested by Miss Jaime, our lecturer Communicative English 3. Objective. The purpose of this survey is to, first, to investigate the problem-related reasons Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu come late to the class. Second, to identify the negative issues for PKK students come late to the class. And last, to propose ways to improve PKK students come earlier to the class.
For our method, we ask the PKK students from semester 1 until semester 6 and above from 5 departments in PKK were asked to fill this survey for 2 weeks. There were 10 questions in this survey. Type of question in this survey is yes or no and agree or disagree question. We use googleform.com to analyze this data. The purpose of this survey to find out the reason why PKK students come late to the class. We can assure you that all your responses are strictly confidential and used for academic purpose only. Your feedback and cooperation is greatly appreciated.
Department. The percentage of JKM is 8.3%, represent for 10 respondents. Next, the percentage of JKA is 6.6%, represent for 8 respondents. For the JKE, the percentage is 69.4%, represent for 84 respondents. Percentage of JPH is 3.3%, represent for 4 respondents. And the last percentage of JP is 12.4%, represent for 15 respondents. So, the highest respondent is JKE and the lowest respondent from JPH. Semester. The percentage of semester 1 is 69.4%, represent for 84 respondents. Semester 2 and semester 6 have a same percentage, is 0.8%, represent for only 1 respondent. For the semester 3, the percentage is 6.6%, represent for 8 respondents. Percentage of semester 4 is 10.7%, represent for 13 respondents. And the last for the semester 5, we have 11.6%, represent for 14 respondents. For the first question, do you always come late to this class? The graph shows that most of students respond no. The percentage is 79.3%, represent 96 responses. Next, for the yes answer, we have 25 responses and the percentage is 20.7%. So, most students said no for coming late to the class. For the second question, have you ever given a warning because coming late to the class? The graph showed that most of students respond no. The percentage is 75.2%, represent 91 responses. Next, for the yes answer, we have 13 responses and the percentage is 24.8%. The most students answer no because they did not given a warning from the lecturer.
The third question asked that, do you think come late to the class is a small matter? And there were 74%, which is 90 respondents who answered no, beside the other 31 students answering yes. Based on the statement that, do you agree students coming late affect the teaching and learning process in class? There were 91% consist of 110 respondents that agree with the statement. Meanwhile, there were only 10 respondents who disagree with this statement.
Were answering yes for this question. Meanwhile, the other 38%, which is 45 respondents, choosing no for this question. Students left behind in education. Meanwhile, the other 12%, which is 14 respondents, were disagree with this statement. Based on question 7, there are 57%, which is 105 respondents, will agree. Most of students who come late to the class are those who staying outside campus. Meanwhile, the other 43%, which is 14 respondents, will disagree with this statement.
For question 8, do you agree sleeping late is the cause why students come late to the class? This graph shows the data that we analyzed from the respondent. The respondents that agree is 78.5%, that represent 95 responses. The respondent that disagree with this question is 21.5%, represent for 25 responses. So from this question, most of PKK students agree that the cause why students come late to the class is sleeping late. For the question number 9, lecturer should give the punishment to the students who come late. In this graph that show the respondent that disagree with this question is 27.3%, that represent 33 responses. So the respondent that agree with this question is 88 responses. So the percentage is 72.7%. From this graph, we know that all students in Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu agree that lecturer should give the punishment to the students who come late. For the last question, number 10, should students take their responsibility for their late coming? In this graph shows the most Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu students say yes for this statement. The percentage for the respondent that say yes is 96.7%, represent for 170 respondent. And the respondent that say no for this statement is 3.3%, represent for 4 responses. So we can conclude that most of Polytechnic Kota Kinabalu students agree that students should take their responsibility for their late coming.
Next, our recommendation of this survey is, first, set your alarm. Make sure your alarm has backup batteries. Do not flip, no switch. You could end up falling asleep, losing track of time, and even worse, missing the main goal, which is not to be late. A few extra minutes of sleep will not make any difference. Second, go to bed in decent time. Do not stay out at night or playing smartphones before an early morning class. Know your schedule. It is probably not a good idea to be out until 2 a.m. if you have to be at school at 8 a.m. in the morning. The later you stay up, the greater the risk of being late. Third, plan ahead. Have all your work supplies together and ready to go. Know what you are going to wear on the next day. Place your keys, wallet, cell phone in the appropriate spot. Limit the tasks to do in the morning and get it all done the night before. For conclusion, from this survey, we found out that most of PKK students coming late to the class because sleeping late and not well disciplined. We also found out that come late to the class affect the teaching and learning process that can make students left behind in education. For the solution, lecturer should give punishment to the students who come late and students should take their responsibility as well. Thank you.